Welcome everyone to the Everything Show episode 199. Almost 200. That's going to be huge too. I am your host, Matrix Lloyd 212, and I'm with Alexis. What's up, Alexis?
What's up?
What's up, Gloria?
I honestly never know what to say.
What? What'd you say? Hello, Alexis.
Hello. I never know what to say in these intros.
Oh, just say hi.
Hi.
That's all. Gloria.
Hey.
Stephen Price.
Hello there.
Okay. A lot of times I get new subscribers, I get new people that are coming to my channel. They don't really know too much about me. They just see me talking about Doctor Who. There's another side of me too. Besides being Matrix Lord 212 on YouTube, I am Joseph J. Capriccioso. I am a published author of 11 books. And a lot of times I like to do videos too on depression, do videos on motivational speaking, and I write books to try to motivate people out of depression, try to bring sunshine to people's lives. And I went through depression. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some poems to you guys. You guys let me know what you think. But it's basically from the heart. Now, the only copy I have left of my original book, my author copy, was kind of half destroyed due to, storms, so to speak, and stuff like that, Sandy and all that. So this is my book, Sorrow Separation, the first one. And it kind of is a little mangled. I have to buy another copy of my book. So, but anyway, I'm going to read some things from it. And I'm going to read the first poem, all right? And I'm going to read some of the things. And this is called Pain, okay? Pain. I felt pain. Pain like no other. The pain of loss, of emptiness in heart, the loss of completeness, the reality of loneliness. Missing is the greatness, the mate absent from my soul. Though I continue on, I know not a sense of direction, but one thing is clear. I must be without pain. So this stuff is like powerful stuff that comes from my heart. A lot of the times, like, my soul comes into these books, and some of the poems are sad, but they're inspirational, and other poems, are uplifting. But basically, this is all from the heart. So I'm going to read you another poem called Hatred. Hatred is a destructive form of evil. It consumes your soul, darkens your light, blinds your sight. You will not know your direction. You will suffer from evil's infection. Hatred for one becomes hatred for two. Friends become foes. Family becomes strangers. You lose yourself in the evil and become that which you are not. Once started, you can't stop until you hurt many others you never expected. You become arrogant, conceited. You revel in your power. A lie becomes as natural as eating. The guilt will stop you from sleeping. You will have no heart. Your goodness will depart. Darkness will surround you. Emptiness will define you. Distance will be kept from you. In the end, you are alone, pushing away your family, friends. No one wants to know you. No one will ever see you. Your light is gone. You are evil personified. You are the darkness. And that basically is when you let hatred into your heart and you become darker, okay? And it could be from people persecuting you and bad-mouthing you and everything, to eventually a step is that you allow it, you accept it, and you become that which you are not, and spread that truth to others, which is no good. That is something that you can never, ever do, despite what happens to you. You always have to remain the good person you are. And this poem is called The Light. How many can I touch? Who needs my help? I reach out to thee, so you can see. The future awaits you and me. Just look up in thin air. Yes, he's there, shining a light on you. To breathe brand new. Don't you see? He made time for me. He loves you too. Just don't be blue. He will find you. Improve your life. Get rid of strife. Be aware. Just care. Help someone new, just like I helped you. A lot of my poems are like religious in nature. You know, I have my faith and stuff. So this is what I try to do. I try to motivate people. Another poem, let it flow freely. Let it flow freely. Your drive is greedy. Let none put you asunder. Your confidence is like thunder. You're rebuilding your life. The pain cuts like a knife. You stand tall and will not fall. The spirit not measured breaks any wall. There is no limit to what you can do. Winds of change blows away all the glue. Nothing is set in stone. Change affects you to the bone. Destiny takes another turn. To find the right path is what you must learn. Only you can save the day, as long as you have your way. The future is forever changing. Your life is currently rearranging. Strength of will, ties that bind, let it flow freely and open your mind. That's basically just go with the flow, man. You know what I'm saying? Go with the flow. Better things are coming. And the last poem I'm going to read from Sorrow Separation, it's called Tomorrow. This is the last poem leading into tomorrow's song. There is a tomorrow, not a different sorrow, a day to lead to many more. A tomorrow I can endure, one day to explore, one to soar. A day that will be soft, a new one to reach new heights, one that will lead to no fights. Not a day of cloudy skies, not one rough on the eyes. Nights that the air is cool, warm enough to go into a pool. Quiet time to lay out and sleep, not a day to weep. One to get off your feet. Tomorrow is a brand new way, a day to have your say, come what may. Okay? And this was Sorrow Separation. And let me get your thoughts. Alexis, what do you think?
I don't even know what.
Do you like it? You
I
hate
think
it?
it's great.
Okay.
It's great. I really don't know what to say.
Okay, it's not every day I talk about my books, but I just felt I needed to get some of that stuff out there so you guys could see a different side of me. Hopefully you like that side. Hopefully, you know, even if you don't, it's okay. Hey Tim, what's up? I don't know if you can hear me. Stephen Price.
Yep.
You like the poetry?
Yeah, very good, very good.
Very nice. Gloria?
You're very, very talented. I love those poems. I like the last two the best.
Which one?
I like the last two the best.
Aw, thank you very much.
Uplifting and everything. And you can really, I could feel your faith in them and stuff. So yeah, I love those.
Thank you. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
What's up, Connor? All right, what do you guys think? I know you guys never get to see that side of me with the books and stuff, so. You like it?
Yeah, the last one was the best, probably.
Nice. So, and of course, they're not always dark covers. They're bright, if you like that one. This is Promised Dream. Okay. And there I am right there. Glasses.
No problem.
And there we go. And this is the newest one. I'm going to get it for you. Paradise is Life. So, and this is from the Tomorrow Song series. And it has the angel that's trying to protect them and the assassin that's trying to end the guy's good times. Rather than have the shadow that tries to make him suffer, she just wants to be his final chapter. So, Angel's working overtime, obviously, while all the evil's around, the haters. So, Sorrow Separation basically was a series that comprised. And when I did my second book, the book changed to reflect what I was going through, my emotions. And it became completely opposite of Sorrow, where it was all uplifting, happy, you know, positive, new relationship for the character, the Man of Nothing, out of nowhere. Okay? And basically, after I did 9 Years' Time, which was the last book in the series so far, I decided I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back to Tomorrow's Song and I wanted to spin it off on its own series. I mean, how awesome would that be, where each of my books could make like a branch, and they could all have their own universe, their own spin-offs in that little time period. So Tomorrow's Song, second book, Promised Dream, came out, and people absolutely went crazy over this cover and the book. It was in the Christian Post. I had newspaper articles, and the book wasn't even out that long, and people were like, when are we going to get the sequel? And it was always written. So with everything happening with Hurricane Sandy, this book would have happened a lot sooner, but it happened like actually 2 months later than Sandy, because it was sitting there with the publisher. And then after I got everything situated and almost back to what I used to be from Hurricane Sandy, I put out finally a couple months ago Paradise is Life, which is the sequel to Tomorrow's Song and Promised Dream, basically the sequel to Promised Dream. And basically this shows that it doesn't matter what the weather is, doesn't matter if it's raining, doesn't matter if there's smoke all around. Paradise is life. As long as it's inside, you are happy. It doesn't matter what's happening in the background. These two are in love. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's raining. It doesn't matter if it's whatever. All they see is the love for each other and the happiness and the positive attitude, okay? While, of course, you have haters in the background plotting and planning to take it all away. And even behind the scenes that he doesn't see, you have an angel that's trying to bless him and block him and her, the couple, from the unnatural that's not meant to be there. So she's working overtime trying to defend him, and these two are trying to close in to try to ruin them. So, and they don't see them, you know, so that's the whole thing. I mean, it's like real life. You have haters in the background, you don't even know. You know, and the book is going to have many more, the Tomorrow's Song series is going to have many more books. I'm trying to get the next book out before the end of the year. But that's basically it. I mean, also Sorrow Separation will continue too, and just because it has a sorrow title doesn't mean that all the books in the Sorrow Separation series is sad. I mean, there's a lot of books that deal with the character's anger, like he's just pissed that all this bad luck happens to him, or something else happens. And it's not just about sorrow; it's dealing with that and coming out of it, coming out of the depression, coming out of falling down this freaking bottomless pit. That every time he tries to climb out, every time he tries to get on his feet, somebody else knocks him down or something happens. And it's just keep going when you have no fuel. Keep rising, okay? And it's like it's bad enough that in life you try to get to a higher point and then something happens and knocks you back like 20 levels. So then what you're trying to do is you're trying to get back to the level that you already had, which may not have been that great, but it was still better than what you have now. And it's like life, so it's always about, no matter what you go through, no matter what you face, you have to have your heart, you have to have your soul, you have to have your mind, and forget about everything else. Like, your mind has to be the most strongest thing, and not listen to your body. Sometimes your body just wants to sleep, and you're depressed, and you don't want to leave the house, and everything else, and I've been there, okay? Sometimes you just forget about all that. Just go. Go without fuel. Just do what you have to do to make your life better. Okay? It doesn't matter what's going on. People will hate on you. You just got to keep going, okay? Until you reach the level you were at before, and then you soar. You soar beyond what you ever were, okay? And always try to help people, even if you can't help yourself. Always try to reach out a hand. You know, the biggest thing from the Sorrow Separation series was, the trademark of the book, was that someone's always reaching. And then you try to find out, why are they reaching? What are they reaching for? That was the whole thing with Sorrow, where the man was trying to reach out for the family that he had, the children he had, the wife, or the almost wife that he had, all the different things. He's trying to reach for what he used to have and try to get it all back. And then it doesn't happen like that way sometimes. So, and it has different things happen in different books. We have different characters reaching. We have, you know, Winds of Change is like a prequel, where the kids see that their parents are going to break up. And these kids see things that you don't see. Adults don't see. And the adults are just nonchalantly, like, barely trying to make an effort to reach for each other. They don't know what's happening. They don't know that that's going to happen, you know. And then you have other, you know, covers where, you know, the father had passed on, but he's trying to reach out for his son to try to, you know, whisper, you know, try to motivate him to try not be depressed and everything. You have the angel that's blessing, and then in the background you have the haters, the shadow character that's a time traveler that people didn't know, and he has his device there to show what year it is. So, and of course this one where she's coming into his life. So it's like, you know, everything's happening, and now here comes the girl that he didn't expect, a girlfriend after all these years, which is basically, you know, she's called the Tomorrow Girl, and she's in a lot of book covers throughout the series. So she's the life after the depression and the darkness. So it's like real life, and I hope that you guys could check it out on, you know, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Look my name up. You know, I'll show it for you right here, Joseph J. Capriccioso. You know, type me in Amazon, look me up on Google. You can see some of the newspaper articles. And that's what I do in my spare time. And of course, the Shadow character, he is the star of my sci-fi novel, and you'll see how that connects to this series, because he's the time traveler. And of course, Slayer is as well. And in a sense, he wants to make the man suffer, but she just wants to kill him. She's the final chapter. That's her designation. So I hope you guys can enjoy it. Any thoughts, guys?
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into your books.
Cool.
I've been meaning to for a while now. You bringing it up made me remember, and I'm definitely going to end up getting them. 'Cause I'm definitely going to read them.
They're really...
Actually looking it up on my e-reader right now.
So, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, let me know about the book. Some books, I think the biggest book, the thickest one, is the Shadow's Reign. That has a preview of my sci-fi book in it. So check that out. Oh, there it is. Charlie put the Christian Post article here. So let me just show you if I could screen share it. I hope I could screen share it. Let me try.
This is a nice write-up.
You guys see it? I'm trying to share it. You guys see it?
No, it's just a black screen. Yeah, I can now.
Ah, now you can. Okay. Yeah, so there it is. The video is messing it up. I hate these channels that have the videos. So, all right, let me get off the screen share. But that's it. There's a whole bunch of other articles too in the newspaper written about the book, Sorrow Separation, Promised Dream, quite a few. I think I was in the paper like 6 or 7 times. And I was also in the paper for Hurricane Sandy too. But just take a look at that. Yeah, this is another one Charlie's got. Let me just screen share. Yeah, you go. Let's see if you got it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Tell me if you guys see that too.
Black screen. Oh, now I see it.
Okay. Yeah, so that's Staten Island Advance paper.
Now, Joe, did you say all of your books are interconnected, or no? Just these ones?
They're all connected right now. All my books are connected. The main character is the Man of Nothing, you know, because basically he loses everything, and he keeps trying to, you know, while the books deal with him coming out of depression, the Tomorrow Song series shows him out of depression and a better life, and the haters trying to put him back there, with the exception of Slayer, who just wants to kill him. And you'll find out why these two characters are spent, like the Shadow and Slayer, are so bent on trying to destroy this man, because something happens in the future, and they don't care. Like, you know, in the future there's like a utopia type of thing. Everything's going perfectly. It's all peace, but to them they're not at peace because something happens, and they really don't care about anything else. So if they're not comfortable with it, they'll just change the whole timeline just to ruin this guy's life. So there will be a book coming where the Shadow just gets fed up with he keeps failing at trying to destroy the man, so he decides to hell with it. He's going to be totally unfair, and he's going to go way back in time to 1978 when the kid was a child, and when the kid was only 4 years old, and that's going to be very, very interesting. Yesterday's story, so that's going to be coming possibly this year. So, you know, and then we'll see other things that happen too. You know, how, you know, this man's life was changed. Like basically goes back in time to when the kid first gets into his faith. He learns about God. You know, his first nightmares, his first fear, his first sorrow. So it's another book in the Star Separation series, but in a completely different cycle to when he was way younger. And then we'll see other books where the Shadow from that point gets fed up and tries to go further in time to when he's a teenager, you know, 9 years ahead of that, and certain things happen. So that will shape the future and shape all the events that take place. So pretty cool series, I think. Not just because I wrote it, but I'm pretty happy with it. So. And some of the covers too are just I designed the covers, and I worked with the artist, you know, to get it right. Now the first book, the fastest book it took to get done was the first book. It was like 5 weeks, which I was pretty impressed. The second book, it was such a disaster of a project, taking so long. I think it took like 4 months or 5 months. They couldn't get the cover right. It was really, and it got to a point where I had doubt. I had doubt that the series was going to continue because I didn't realize how long it took. And then Winds of Change came out. They're supposed to come out the same year, but because Tomorrow's Song was delayed, I didn't want to do 2 books at the same time. You know, because again, I was new to writing books and publishing books, and but eventually in my life, I wound up actually working on 3 books at the same time in different stages of the publication. Okay, I worked on Destiny's Calling, Lost of Ways, and Shadow's Reign exactly the same time. Something happened, and I wound up. They were working on all 3 books at the same time for me. So that was really rough too, to do that and to work and all that stuff. But I got it done, and I was working on Dark Days and 9 Years' Time at the same time too. So that was even harder because I was actually trying to get this Guinness Book World Record thing going on, and it wasn't on my end, but it was missed on the publisher end. So that was the end of that record. So, but I missed having 10 books published in 2 years by 5 days, which was like, I was pissed. But basically, like 10 books were done in like, you know, in basically a little over 2 years, but almost at the 2-year mark. So, what are you gonna do?
Do they consider bank holidays and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they consider everything.
I haven't made a recount.
Yeah. But like I said, I was joking around. Maybe I could go for 20 books in 5 years. That will be the next thing I go for. Who knows? So.
That's still a good accomplishment. And anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I tried. So now I have 11 books. So, and if Hurricane Sandy never happened, I would have had way more. But that was a big, big disaster for many people. Some people didn't survive. Some people way worse than I was. I mean, some people homeless. So I see people homeless from it all the time. It's a really sad thing. So, you know, I hope you know, you guys could. I hope I helped anybody reading these poems. There are other elements in the books, very, very funny, where I'll write one poem in the middle of the book. They'll totally break the ice because people will like be reading it. Maybe they get like, oh, this is sad, sad, sad. And then all of a sudden you get this poem and you start like pissing yourself because you're laughing so hard. And then we go back to the lifting thing, which is totally unique. So it depends on how I feel. If I'm inspired to write, you know, different ways, it just happens. And sometimes I write something else. Like I'll be on the bus and I'll be having like 6 in my laptop, 6 manuscripts ready to go, and then I'm like, oh, here we go again. Book page 1. It just happened. Like boom. You know, I started writing a book about bullying. I was going to do a 3-book series on that. want to do a series on Destiny's Calling, expand on that from that time period. So other things are coming. Hopefully, everything, the flow could go good. So, and you know what? It's kind of why I love watching Doctor Who, because Doctor Who makes me happy, watching my favorite show since childhood. So that's a cure for depression too. Doctor Who. So,
Yes,
you know.
works for me too.
Yeah. What's up, Connor?
Yeah,
How you doing, bro?
fine, thank you.
Yeah, bro. Any questions? Anything? Anybody want to say anything, or?
Yeah, everything show, right?
Yeah, I was just talking about my books in this episode.
Oh, I just thought I'd mention that American Horror comes back October 8th.
Yes.
October 8th.
Now I saw Cher. Cher's in it. This is like a Cher teaser.
I saw something like that last night. I don't know
Like
if
a
that's
vampire or something. I don't know what that's about.
They've been really just teasing it little by little. I mean, they haven't shown us a real proper trailer or anything. But
I mean,
yeah,
I
there
guess-
was a poster yesterday that looked
I
pretty cool.
guess she could be in it. I mean, they brought in other people before, so why not?
Yeah, why not?
You got American Horror Story coming back. That's gonna be awesome. You have getting back into the movies and stuff. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy jumped back into #1 spot, which is very rare for a movie to do, and Marvel was just loving it.
Yeah.
Very happy, and it may stay at #1 for a couple weeks. So that'll be, we're hoping that it gets to make over $1 billion. I'm praying for that because I really want to see that happen. And it did a lot of money here. That's the big key. I mean, yeah, it can make a lot of money overseas, but they don't get all that money overseas because percentages and stuff. They don't get the full amount that they would in America. Like, in the States, I mean, they get a certain percentage from that. So, and Sin City did terrible, I heard.
Oh, did you already start?
It came out last week.
How did Expendables 3 do?
Bombed.
Joe? Pirated.
It bombed because it was leaked, I feel, and it never had a chance because it's been out a month ahead of time. I never seen it yet.
I liked the first one. I hated the second one. I love the third one. The second one I didn't like at all.
Let me see what it did. The budget's not available. It made $50 million. If we could look at previous Expendables, Expendables 2, the budget was $100 million. It did $305 million. Expendables 1 had a budget of $80 million. It did $274 million. So I'm sure that the budget was around $80 to $100 million, or maybe more because they had to have all those actors. So they probably lost like $50 million or more. But if you think about it, the other movies generated a lot of money, and I'm sure that the argument could be made that they should go ahead with the 4 only because it was the movie company's fault that it was leaked. So if I was the movie company, rather than get sued by Sylvester Stallone and everybody else, I would give them a 4 with the same budget and just, say sorry, really. Because I think that's the only reason it bombed, I think. Because everybody's seen it already.
Well, it's not really the studio's fault either. It's just one person leaked a DVD.
Yeah,
copy.
from the studio. He's still under the payroll of the studio. I mean, they have to take some type of responsibility. And to say that, if he had plans to do another Expendables, if they're not going to do it because of the box office, it's their fault. Their employee did it. And, even though the guy's going to be in jail forever and sued for millions of dollars, still, they have to please their actors and actresses. So they should give another go for Expendables. Just like Paramount Pictures didn't want Star Trek V to be the final because that bombed. They gave the budget for 6 just so that way they wouldn't go out with a bomb, and then they want to keep making more and more and more. But they made that conscious decision. So I think that they should do that decision with Expendables, especially since they're going to do Expendables, which is the female version. So supposedly, I think Sigourney Weaver, she plays Sylvester Stallone's wife or something. I didn't see Expendables 3 yet, so. All right, guys. We're gonna get off for now. Anybody want to say anything before we go?
Star Wars 7's resumed production today after Harrison Ford's injury.
Well, I saw that yesterday. I think it resumed yesterday, and they did the Ice Bucket challenges. They had a Star Wars 7 Ice Bucket challenge. Harrison Ford did it. He's standing on his 2 feet. He's fine. And Mark Hamill did it. So I think it was yesterday that this happened. They resumed production, but some of the people that did the Ice Bucket challenge, they didn't want them to be viewed. They wanted it to be a surprise. And of course, we talked about. Rumor is that the Emperor is still alive. It's going to be played by a different actor. They're going to do a flashback sequence of Darth Vader. We're going to see a young Princess Leia. Han and Chewie don't have the Millennium Falcon. I don't know if it was stolen. I think they get it back in the movie. And Luke is captured, supposedly by this Sith Inquisitor or something like that. So there's going to be a lot of lightsabers battles, I'm sure, and new Jedi are going to be.
What about the kids then? Because isn't there meant to be 3 kids as the main?
Well, you know, the old Expanded Universe had Solo kids and stuff. I don't know if it's going to go that route. And I don't know why Han and Chewie are not with Leia. I don't know if that's something's going on with that. But I'm sure if you see a Darth Vader flashback, you'll see Yoda flashbacks, because they were very adamant about having Yoda in the movie, and since he's passed on, the only way you could do it probably is either a ghost sequence or... But somehow we're going to have, with these movies, new Jedi and probably Sith and all kinds of surprises too, especially if the Emperor could leap around, like in Revenge of the Sith, on those platforms. Being thrown out of thing really would not be a way to die, I don't think. But then again, we'll have to wait and see. And he had to do something with the clones anyway, that maybe that Emperor wasn't the real Emperor that died. You know, we're getting static here. I don't know who that's from.
Also, a little girly, but Austin and Allie this past week was awesome.
Right.
Spoilers ahead, Austin and Allie got back together.
Cool.
So,
also, I heard rumblings about the X-Men movie that they're working on, X-Men Apocalypse. You know, and of course, Hugh Jackman will be returning as Wolverine a couple times, so that's pretty good news.
Is this his last film?
No.
Wolverine?
No.
Right.
He's going to be, from what I understand, he's going to be in X-Men and Wolverine. So, I know that we're going to get an announcement of Captain America 3's title. I hope it's not Civil War, because, you know, I don't like it that we have so many great comic book stories and they're jumping towards the most recent stories rather than other stories. I mean, I would like to see a Secret Wars movie where that would be awesome. But I think it's too soon to do a Civil War, being that the Avengers are not really established in the first place. And to start doing that, yeah, I could see that later on, like Avengers 6 or something, but I really don't want to see that now. And I don't want to see another Captain America now, another Thor, because we just got introduced to him a couple years ago. So I think there's time for that. You know, I'm hoping that we get the Black Widow movie. I'm hoping we get the Black Panther movie, the Hulk movie. Rumored that Vision is not the only new Avenger in this Avengers 2 Age of Ultron, supposedly Captain Marvel. You know, the female Captain Marvel, which would be great. So we have the Scarlet Witch, we have Quicksilver, we have Vision, we have a new outfit for Hawkeye. So supposedly Hawkeye is going to be in Captain America 3 rather than Black Widow. So that's interesting that they're using those characters in other people's movies. Thor 3 is probably going to be Ragnarok, the thing that kills all the gods. Probably the Enchantress and Loki will be in it. But again, Marvel still didn't announce the layout for Phase 3, only the fan speculation. So, of course, Doctor Strange is going to be a part of it. There's no talk at all about Ant-Man 2 or 3 like before they did, because I don't know if they even know if it's going to be great. But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a go, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy probably going to have the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet thing rather than Avengers, like we originally thought. Or they're going to have a crossover movie. So.
Did you hear, like, the news about Doctor Strange?
Yep, it's not going to show his origin at all. Which I don't know about that. But then also, I don't know if I liked it. Doctor Doom for Fantastic Four. But when I seen it, looks like crap, and
Like,
I don't know if that's going to be good.
like
Fantastic Four.
I heard like there's like a rumor or something like Joaquin Phoenix will play Doctor Strange.
There's a lot of people, Jared Leto, a whole bunch of people, they want to play Doctor Strange. I don't know if anybody's signed yet, but... Alright, gang. We're going to have to come back and do another Everything show. I have to go, but I hope you guys enjoyed my little reading of my books. I hope you enjoyed the movie news.